late night. Yeah, it's me and Grams, almighty ourselves. Let's go. We destroy motherfuckers on a late night. That's true, ain't nobody fucking with us. Let's get it right.
I'm at Grams, truthfully, I want to say 2011 in Tom DeLay's basement.
Break Fast Records.
Yeah, Break Fast Records. Shout out to Tom DeLay, Deep in the Dirt. Hold on, before we start this, I want to say, yo, this dedicated to Lakeisha Fernandez and V. But
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. But me and Grams, we linked. We did a feature with him. Dirt Platoon did a feature with him in Tom DeLay's basement. I want to say after that, maybe like 8 months passed. We met him in Street Legal Studios. Superb was in the window. Rest in peace to Superb from Theodore Unit.
Or not, rest in peace.
I think he wanted to battle, or he just wanted to sling some rhymes. So all of us were slinging rhymes together. He slinging some out the window. We slinging from down the window.
Yeah, he's yelling out the window.
Yeah. And I think from there, Grams me and Snook took a liking to him after that. I invited him to my house. We was creating, I don't know what album we was on, Dirt Platoon was on, but we definitely, after that, me and Grams started rolling. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say from 2011 to 2022, man, Grant's been kicking it.
That's crazy, man. That's.
You know, him and I, we've been playing live together. We probably have at least 20 tracks that we've done or do live together. You know, we'll switch them up, and you know, but the Bag album, you know, just came out. Naturally, we never performed none of those songs. So even like when we have shows, we always get together. We have meetings every week, but we try to have a rehearsal, at least one rehearsal.
Y'all might catch
knowing
the
that
rehearsal
we
before y'all
know
leave.
all our steps and that we're professional. At least it's high. It's a high energy.
And it's a second installment from the Almighty Grams. So this is a whole different. The first Almighty Grams that we dropped in 2018, entitled Almighty Grams, was an EP. This is a full-length album, entirely produced by Big Bob. So that's the main difference. Other than that, conceptual-wise, I think me and Grams pushed the bar. Bar for bar, I think me and Grams pushed the bar. And yo, we had 3 features. That's it.
So, yeah, it wasn't like a feature-heavy thing, but I mean, really, him and I is enough. You know, bar-heavy, power-packed enough to, you know what I mean? And I definitely think that it's big energy. And from the first Almighty Grams that we dropped in 2018, we've grown a lot as people and artists. You know what I mean? So I think that shows the growth. And like you said, the first one, kind of like an experiment. You know, that was our smoke sessions. You know what I mean? So we you know, we would hang out. We was like, yo, let's put an album together. We had done tracks and all, you know, before, but this time, like, we knew we was going to do the second joint. But also, too, shout out to the DJs. Like you said, we've been on a radio run. We definitely been shouting out the DJs. So, you know, as far as the production, you know, Big Bob hit the nail, you know, on the head with the production. You know what I mean? So, I think the production is big and it's grimy at times. You know what I mean? But definitely, you know, loud and big, you know, and Raph and I is definitely bar heavy. We both like spar on every track. We go back and forth and, you know what I mean, murder shit. So, you know, and also the cuts adds that third element to it that I think people really enjoy, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's a big thing coming back more, I think. I mean,
well, if
we're from that era, we grew up.
If you want that, then you definitely got that on this album. And as you can see, every album that me and Big Bob got, we definitely include a DJ. Coming off of this Big Almighty, coming off the trilogy project, Once Upon a Time, 537 Dolphin Street, y'all can go pick that up too. Coming off of that, I still had leftover beats. And like I told you, me and Grams, we get together like once a week all the time and have a little smoke session. So I knew that man was talking about doing part 2. I knew some of those beats fit what we was talking about, and I just presented them to him, man. You know what I mean? So
how did you guys actually do this? I have to cut you off, like because in this age of internet sending verses back and forth.
No, we did it together.
I know. So you guys are local, I mean, friends and everything. So like, what was? It's gotta be. I can feel that energy that we're in the same room. Like,
well, I can say like sometimes, yeah, we would definitely build on. Sometimes like he would go off or I would go off. Like you said, he would be in the hotel or I would be out the way doing whatever. You know, so yeah, like yo, like whoever had their rhyme first, like yo would say we agreed on these beats, and also it was easy as far as like the beats that he presented because him and I have a similar idea or mindset of like, you know, where we want to go creatively. You know what I mean? So it wasn't too far from what my ideas are. So a lot of them I'm like, yeah. You know, the whole album, there ain't no whack beat cut on there. You know what I mean? For real. So, but you know, some naturally I was feeling
and we
more
took
than
our
others.
horn on that one. There ain't no whack beat on the album.
But yo, and that salute to Big Bob, you know what I mean? But so, you know, naturally some more that I was feeling than others, but I was quick to jump on this one or this one. But I might say like I'm ready with this rhyme, you know what I mean? And you know, or Raph might be ready with his rhyme. You know what was interesting, what we just was mentioning was, you know, sometimes I would say like 89, right? That was our first single. You know, I jumped on the beat, I came with my rhyme like enthusiastically, like, yo, I'm coming with this rhyme, you know what I mean? So you know, Raph might say for the session, say it was Saturday night. Raph might say, Tuesday is our studio session. What about freelance? You got your verse for freelance? And I know damn well I ain't wrote nothing for freelance, right? But me and my boastfulness, I'll be like, yeah, I'll be ready on Tuesday for freelance, right? So a couple of times I, you know, pulled the audible or penned it at the last minute. I was like, all right, yeah, I got my 89, y'all. I'm gonna lock in on freelance, you know what I mean? And so like, I really sometimes would like push myself creatively, like to, you know, maximize the studio sessions. You know, we would do 2, 3, 4 tracks in a studio session. You know what I mean? So I knew we had the 2 in the bag, which was money. But if I could get that third verse in, you know, we would save us, you know, some time or something. So really, we kind of went back and forth and sparred on it, you know. But you know, we definitely did it together. And like I said, whoever kind of came with the idea first, we just ran with it.
No, that's
Yo, Big Bob, like, yo, we stumbled upon each other. Yo, salute to the internet, like I say. Shout out to V. Yo, Bob told me that, yo, V told him to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? His wife told him, yo, holla at Raph.
Oh, word.
Yeah, and so what Bob did is he always sent me, like, a couple beats. So me and Grams got together one of those weekends. I probably grabbed some bud from Grams. Went down to Shorty house. I wrote to one beat, and when I played the next beat, I liked the next beat. So I wrote to the next beat. And he sent me 3 beats. Just to tell you a little running down, long story short. Yo, I recorded to all 3 of the beats, sent them back to Bob. V told him, yo, we need to do an album. 537 came, but as he was sending me beats for 537, he was sending me a lot of beats. And I just put a lot of shit, all the other beats, I kind of like put them to the side. I knew what I wanted to do. I had a lot of rhymes. So, me and Bob just formed a partnership. We recorded 7 albums.
When was this initially?
2020, the end of 2020. I recorded.
Really? It's been that short of a time?
Yeah. I dropped Cujo. I dropped Cujo when I recorded Cujo in 2019.
You have been on it. You've been on a tear, man. You've been on a tear.
Yeah. I dropped Cujo. I dropped Cujo. I dropped Rule of Gods, produced by Rawmatic and with G Stats. I dropped 537 out of Bangkok. I dropped 537. Shout out to Skanks. Shout out to the whole family, yo.
Bangkok.
Yeah, so like I said, it was Cujo. It was Cujo, Rule of Gods, 537, Once Upon a Time, Big Almighty, and then the bag.
Damn.
Yeah.
Working.
And we all started recording that in the end of 2020.
Working, yeah, that's the thing, yo. I've been hearing the whole Dirt Platoon name it's been in my ear.
Best group of the decade.
It's been in my ear.
Well, you know, Crook is my real brother. You know, we come out the same mother, same father. So, we've been doing this shit since we was on the bunk beds and shit. He was my first critic that told me if it sounded dope or if it didn't. So, I always was the soloist out the group. And like Graham said, when we did the first Almighty Grams, that was more like to show the crew that, yo, we could do an album together because none of us, even the whole crew didn't do a whole album together. We just was doing shows and just, so me and Grams was just showing them like, nah, yo, we could do an album together. We just want to throw an EP out there and show them what we do. So when we did shows, we had a song together. Then we did our first tour. We went over to Europe, and then that's where Paramore came from. You know what I'm saying? That's where you got
Platoon, Ill Conscious,
and got Grams.
That's the album. It's a whole album.
You know what I'm saying? That's right there.
All Parisian producers.
Yeah, all Parisian producers. We went over on our self-financed tour in 2018, and while we was over there on our downtime, we recorded the album.
Dope, yo. That's dope. And here's a good point you made. Like, to me, it certainly has more energy. You two rocking the track
live.
Versus like you rocking your track and you rocking your track.
Yeah, but the way we got our shows, the way, because we never made a name for our group. If we was going to make a name for our group, we would call it the Heavyweight Rhyme Writers, but we had a moniker, my team better than yours. So the way that we have L, the way that you see Dirt Platoon, L, J, and Guy Grams at a show, it looks dope. You know what I'm saying? Because J and L got songs together. I got solo songs. Dirt Platoon got songs.
We all interweave.
We all interweave it.
We all got songs
in a
together
way,
as well.
all you got to do is let us know how many minutes we got. If we got 15 minutes, we can interweave that shit and make it a banger. If we got 20 minutes, then even
35,
more.
45,
all of that.
We get,
you know what I mean? And if you want us all separately, you get us all separately too.
And you're going to see a bunch of us come out together.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know the promoters was on that, like they would book Dirt Platoon. And they wanted to see Dirt Platoon again, but they couldn't book them back in their city. So
they get Grams.
So they would book J Royale, knowing that they're going to see me
all of us together.
Dirt Platoon's going to come too and shit like that. So, you know, we kind of worked it out where like, we was put boots to the ground in every city that we could get to. So.
That's fucking dope. So what's the game plan as far as this album goes? Like tomorrow is a big day, right?
Yeah, tomorrow we got the album release in Philly at Crate Diggers.
Come out, East
come
Coast,
out, yo. Anybody in that little area, that little tri-state area.
I'm at 215 Jersey, South Jersey.
All of that. Come out. It's from 5 to 8. It's actually Crate Diggers' first year anniversary of being open. It's my man Screw Tape's album release and it's the Bag album release. All 3 in 1. We giving you a 3 in 1 tomorrow. And what's left for us is more videos. We dropping Freelance, the video featuring You Never Know on Tuesday.
Oh, word?
Yeah. More radio, more videos, more shows. The shows is picking up, so we're gonna be doing more shows. And that's what's going on. Yo, we're gonna try to kind of ride this bag out into the next project.
I know we cats write songs about weed, then I know they fuck with weed heavy. Like, so I mean, it sounds like a silly question. Of course, why is weed? But like, is it just to be high? Is it medicinal to keep you? Is it like, what do you like? Why y'all smoke so much? Why y'all love this shit as much as I do? Like on some real shit.
Yo, I love grass. You know, I'm Guy Grams, obviously. You know, we did it. We've been on a radio run. Some other guy asked me, my other names? Why is my name? And I told him like, yo, my name is Guy. Like my government name is Guy. My pops' name is Guy. You know, my little son, his name is Guy. You know what I'm saying? So, and I did live shows. So, you know, but I played live before like the internet era and shit. So I was in a group called the Small Time Crooks with my homeboy. You know, we had live shows and we was rocking open mics and getting booked at little shithole spots and shit. But my name is Guy, so you know that's a unique name. So you know, shout out to the R&B group. You know what I mean too. But you know, anyway, so if you're old enough,
baby,
you know what I'm saying? But, so I was like, my man was like, yo, you need a name. My man was like, yo, you need a name, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, my name is Guy. That's cool enough. And yo, try to tell me like it has to be like Guy something. Like, you know what I mean? So you know, yeah. So I don't know. And shout out to my man Z-Train. Yo, say you're Guy Grams. Like before we ran out there, and was like, yo, it's Guy Grams. So you know, I was like a young guy. Like at the time, you know, it wasn't something I was really feeling. But yo, years later, like that fits me so perfect. Like I grew into that, and you know, it's a beautiful thing, and yo, really, it does represent me well, you know. So, and yo, I always love grass. I've been smoking since, you know, every day since I was like 14 or 15 years old, and I'm 37. So, you know, and yo, really, it is a medicinal thing. You know, I don't get all goofy, like, you know, when it's kids out there. You know, Method Man says, you know, walk straight, master your high. You know what I mean? So, like, yo, that's a real thing because when you're a young guy, you know, and you get a big high for the first time, and you're like, yo, you know, it ain't like that. You know, it makes me chill, relax. You know what I mean? It might help you sleep or, you know what I mean? But there is many medicinal purposes, you know what I mean? And I'm definitely pro-green, and, you know, I've been fighting for that shit. We're from the days where having a dime bag in your pocket, yo, was illegal. Like, you would get arrested. Like, me and my man tell the kids sometimes, like, yo, y'all don't know. Like, if you had a fucking nickel bag in your pocket, the police would run up on you. You know? So, like, yo, you know, I'm definitely, you know, advocate of marijuana rights and all, you know what I mean? But the dispensaries and all, that's another story for a different interview. Because I don't like, they try to cut the fucking nickel bag man at the park out and shit. The nickel bag man at the park for years, he been doing all right, like, you know, getting an extra $100 to pay his light bill or help his family or something. But the people that, you know, they realize like they try to cut that man out too. So like, yo, for me personally, like, you know,
No, that's all
real
corporate.
respect to
That's
genetics.
corporate.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like
corporate.
I got that rapper weed anyway. So
What?
check that shit out.
What about you, Red?
Oh man, I've been smelling weed since my mother was telling me go upstairs and we knew it was different
Why is
smells.
it like pine
Me
cones?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah.
it was different smells and shit. We knew it was different. That ain't no cigarette. So, man, since I've been smelling weed in the crib with my moms and shit, I know weed was always around me. I knew that's what we supposed to have been smoking.
Speaking of
And
weed, what the-
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. The same shit. So like,
And the weed goes with the music. You
Absolutely.
know, when you're like a
Absolutely.
young cat and you get big high and you're with your homies and the music is on and yo, that music, you connect to that music like so differently. It hits like, you know what I mean?
and
So,
back
like,
in the
yo,
day, they was listening to that funk. You know what I'm saying? That
That's-
soul music and
yo, that too.
that Marvin Gaye and you know what I'm saying, Stephanie Mills and Anita Baker and shit. My mom Duke sent them down there getting right, and I just knew we just carried on that tradition. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that's what we were supposed to be doing and shit.
There wasn't.
They was drinking Billy D or drinking some motherfucking Kenna wine and shit, but we was drinking St. Ives and OE and Hennessy and Jack Daniels and smoking chocolate and you know what I'm saying, ganja weed and shit like that. So
Philly blunts and shit.
You guys dab and all that stuff and
yeah, hell yeah.
We like wax. I'm more of a hash guy personally. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? All that
Yeah,
dab
I'm
shit
saying-
gets a
Yeah,
little,
like,
gets a
I
little
like all that shit.
crackheadish. You know what I mean? A little
Yeah,
bit
it
like
take too
you know.
much.
Plus,
Like, I
you be
watched-
big high for like 15 minutes and you cough and shit, and then you be all right.
We,
and you
we,
just,
we,
you know,
we
all
remember
up.
dabbing. We remember dabbing back in the day when it took too long to put the rig together and all that shit. So we looked at it kind of like crackhead shit. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean?
I do like hash. yo.
Yeah, hash
You know?
is dope. You know what I'm saying? We like all that other shit. We definitely like the edibles. We like all that other
Yeah,
shit.
the
but-
butters, the sauces, all that shit is cool. That's
all
cool.
that shit is
yo.
good. I love mushrooms. I like acid. I like
you
all
know,
that. That's as far as it go with me though.
it's just like the
We do the good drugs.
the
Yeah.
funny. Yo, talk a little bit about Paris. I mean, about France. What was that like for you guys? You know, being from here and going over that experience.
Oh
I mean,
man,
listen,
I've been there like 3 times. So you know what I'm saying?
Are you? And was it you that told me? No, Ilcon. One of y'all.
Probably all of us.
Well, I
told
told you
you
that, but they got like a little like Baltimore over there or some shit.
Yeah, they got like a little clique. They fell in love with like the whole like Wire series. So they got like one little section that they call Little Baltimore in the hood over there.
They showed us mad love, yo, and
They showed us
also,
mad love.
you know how you
And
said
then it was
earlier.
like we fucked their head up because we knew somebody through somebody. So we trying to get the weed. You know, we hitting the streets. So when the dude really tell them like, yo, they really from Baltimore. Man, they invited us in, showed us everybody, introduced us to everybody. Everything was on them.
Paris.
Definitely
And-
dope.
and
And, you
Paris
know,
in the middle of
culturally, like, you know, they are like 10 years behind, right? A lot of shit. So that
Oh,
was
yeah.
really dope because, like, on the trains and the subways and shit, they had Kango hats and people they just was like b-boyed out and
Yeah.
into like hip hop culture.
Yo,
like,
they love
it was,
the culture
you know,
more.
so
They love and appreciate the culture like we did in the 80s.
they're
You
really
know what I'm
good
saying?
students
And
of the hip hop.
Yeah. All of
you
Europe.
know.
Yeah.
So
France, Germany,
All of that.
like, they-
Switzerland,
yeah,
all
shout out,
yeah,
shout
all
out
that,
to
all
y'all.
that.
You know
All
what I
that,
mean? Like
yeah.
tapping in.
Yo,
and,
without
you know what I mean?
and that's another reason. Without overseas, yo, probably half of the underground wouldn't be alive.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So shout out to all of those, all of your
They're
our
definitely
fans
good
over there.
students,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah,
They
yeah.
They cop everything.
They cop everything and they
cop
dig.
everything.
And
They cop the
dig.
merch.
They dig and they appreciate and they show love. So yo,
knowledge
shout out
is,
to
you know what I
all of our overseas fans
Yeah,
everywhere.
they're really helping maintain the true culture by being behind. It's like really the '90s over there.
Absolutely, I look at it like the '80s because they respect like every part of the art form,
Right.
from b-boying.
They're
to,
really trying to learn, not to go drop. They're
Yeah,
really trying to learn.
yeah, they are learning. Like they got b-boying down packed, they got DJing down packed, the MCing aspect of it, the dress code of it. You know what I'm saying? Just the energy of it.
Right.
You know, we still got people out here that want to listen to our music after all these years.
And I said that.
Of us rocking on stage, of us doing what we doing. Then I'm gonna continue doing it. Yo, my kids don't know me doing nothing but being an MC. You know what I'm saying? They don't know their daddy. They don't know their daddy for working in no bank. They don't know daddy for doing nothing but MCing. You go to yo. And yo, I'm gonna continue the legacy. Yo, Dirt Return is our only first family business in our family. There's no person in our family that started a business that was family ran and family owned and, you know, successful. So we're gonna keep that running.
No, that's dope. That's what it's about. And you made a good point though. You know what I'm saying about the therapy part of it though. Like why do you? Because I've heard that from a lot of MCs. We've heard it from a lot of MCs talking about
Positive outlet.
It's a therapeutic thing. My big up to my man Pro Dillinger, he said that to us. He goes, I need this, man. Like, I need to get this out. Like, this is me getting it out. Like,
stepping on stage, screaming and shit.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a channeling. Like, instead of hitting a punching bag, I write rhymes about fucking what I would do to you. So I'm not going to do that.
And what I am doing at this moment and shit, so I don't do it to you.
Right. Yeah, here's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This, you know, but I need to get this aggressive.
Whatever you're going
and
through,
you gotta
think,
and you gotta think, right? So you can't say it the next way that the next man said it. So there's a lot that's put into it when you are creating your rhyme. So it do take your anger away, or your frustration, or your animosity, or your love. Because a lot of my hardest rhymes is because a girl broke my heart or did something wrong to me.
That's part of being an artist. A good artist soaks up life. You know what I mean? Like when we move around and we move through life, whether it's pain or happiness or everything in between, everything around us. You know, if you're a good artist, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, so we channel that into, into the craft, into the pen.
We destroy motherfuckers on a late night. Here's me and Grams, almighty ourselves, let's go. We destroy motherfuckers on a late night. That's true, ain't nobody fucking with us. Let's get it back.